Hey everybody, I'm just doing a quick video of a machine that I'm going to be putting up for sale. Due to taking in quite a number of specific cabs that I've been looking for, some of the ones that were in service in the arcade are now, I guess, a little bit surplus to requirements. I wanted a specific look for my setup. I wanted a whole batch of certain type machines. I wanted electric Goliath and Zaccaria uprights. I've now kind of attained that, so one or two of the machines that I collected along the way as a bit of a stopgap for certain things are now going to be starting to pop up for sale, you know, spread them around, share amongst the community, etc. So today we're going to talk about my old track and field cab, which is going to be the first one in that series. So here we have an MHG Starline upright cab. It's a full upright, stands around about 5'5", 5'6" tall, which is a little bit taller than some of the more generic JAMMA cabs that were out there. This one I got off eBay about 12 months or so ago, coming up to. It had a complete botch job on its control panel. They blanked off all this stuff on the right hand side here. Basically the leaf switches behind it had fallen off, and I think they disconnected from the crimp connectors and fallen in the back, so rather than somebody go fishing around in the back of it and actually put them back on where they should have been, they just decided to put a blank plate over that, and it covered all up to there, so you were only able to play the right hand player. We're giving it a really good clean. Let's see if I can get a really good close-up shot on here. I mean, this one's had some play on it. So this is ideally, you know, somebody's straightforward track and field cab, whack a board in and off you go, or Hypersports. It's the same pin out on the loom. Or if you notice, there's a hole here, and behind that in the control panel is just blanking plate. You can take the blanking plate out and whack a standard sort of whack a standard joystick back in there. You'll have to alter the loom behind it to do so. It's got two player start buttons over in the corner. These are just old ones I had lying around. You could stick some brand new ones into the standard 28mm hole type, and it's got some very nice leaf switches in at the minute. You know, the ones that sort of sound really good for track and field, that sort of thing. And that's the control panel section. This one's been sold with a working Hunter X900E monitor. Chassis been recapped. It's can't really say much more than that. Picture's great on it. For this particular board that's in, which is not the one I've been running, I haven't bothered adjusting the monitor. It's very slightly off centre. I could soon do that. We're going to have a look around the back anyway, so you can see it. Up at the top, it had a very botched Marquee. I've stuck just a temporary one in because of the way that they'd done it. They'd hacked up a Hypersports Marquee and put it partially there, scratched off some of the paintwork and things like that. You can see that up here behind the top header, it was purple in the middle, and they sort of scratched parts of it off, and then I think they tried to repaint some of it back in over the years and things like that. So I just stuck my own logo in there, and like I say, MHG Starline, that's the brand make of it. I think this is one of those where it probably looked better being left with its original Marquee, like the Zaccaria cabinets did. So this one's got scratch outs in the bezel as well for instruction cards to go in. This one currently has Hypersports parts in it. I'm going to just leave them in as is, otherwise it's going to look a mess. I have no use for them anymore. Just leave them in there. You won't need to butcher the panel up or do anything to it to add a credit button. Somebody already did that very nicely down here. There's a working credit button. At the moment this board's set to free play, so it doesn't register the buttons, but there is a credit button there, and I assume that what happened was that the operator or whoever had it fit this little tiny cam lock type switch in there, so they could do a test credit for people. Oh, I've put money in, it's dropped right through, yeah, okay, sure, no problem, come up and click, turn it, so nobody needed to actually open the coin door to do anything. Coin door at the bottom is locked. Never had a need to drill the thing out. It's locked shut. If you want it open, drill it, get into it. That's about your only way in. I open the coin door, it's boxed in, which is normal for inside there. 2 fully working coin mechs. If you want to reset them up, we just decided to bypass them and put them straight onto a switch. It was good enough for what we wanted to do. And let's look at the side. So sidewise, it's got good artwork. It's slightly bubbled in places. See if we can find a few on this side. This is the left-hand side of the machine. Fairly good all the way down this side. I'll show you some bubble there on the right. But, all the way down to the bottom. Good wood all the way around. Around the front again. And here's where some of the trouble starts. It's obviously been probably, I would say that it was the left-hand side of it was probably up against another machine or a wall or something. This side has probably been exposed to some pretty bad elements, like probably a lot of chip fat grease or something like that. No, probably not. I don't know. It didn't smell of chip, chip shop type stuff. It's a bit warped, a bit bubbly. It's possible to. There might be some way to smooth it out. I've just never bothered. Or you could peel the side art off. It's only a vinyl stick, and you could put anything else you want on it. Around the back here. So standard back door setup arrangement. There's your monitor. 900E chassis. There's PCB. Been supplied with a PCB holder. I had both track and field and hypersports in this machine. I stuck another PCB holder in that left hand side there. That's coming out because I'm desperate for some more of those. Well, depending on what you want to do with it, you can always whack another one back in or just trade the boards out. The only disadvantage with this cab is it is rear board access only. For some people that's not a problem if you're just going to stick one thing in it and leave it in there. This is a bootleg track and field spare board that I've got kicking around. I'm quite happy to sell the machine both with or without the board. Everything's negotiable like that. But it'll come with a slightly different adapter. I need this. This is a spare one that I built up, which has served me well, and I still need it. So I'll stick a different JAMMA adapter in because the cab is JAMMA wired at the bottom, down there. That's a standard sort of Swallow Amusements JAMMA fingerboard that's been plopped in with a whole bunch of nice cable on the back end of it. Switch just seems to output nice decent 5 volt, 12 volt sort of signals. The Marquee light does work, it's just a bit difficult to tell in these things. Went to a Molex 30 odd pin connector, and then somebody had extended them on the end. That's stock wiring for this particular brand of machine. If we go back around the front here, obviously we've got the screen on. Let's just see if we can let's see what we can do one-handed. I can tell it's a bootleg.
Get that.
Well, that's not bad. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to put some information up and put some links and stuff about this. If you're interested, please get in touch.